Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sonic Heroes from the Nintendo GameCube. Last time, we had a rather easy time going through Team Dark's extra missions for Grand Metropolis and Power Plant. This time, however, things are going to be nowhere near as easy. It's time for the levels that start taking a while. It's time for the levels where you actually do have to reset the level in order to get all of the enemies. I did it for Seaside Hill for like the first time ever, but that's only because I took the wrong pathway. I mean, it's clear it's still pretty close, but it's still possible to do. In these levels, I think the next level where it's actually possible to go through the entire not have to reset the level. I think the next one where we can do that isn't going to be until Hang Castle. From this point onwards, we're going to have to reset every level, every one of the next 6 levels. Now, Power Plant isn't too much of an issue. Bingo Highway is very much of an issue, for all of the same reasons we've had before. Except when stuff like that happens. So again, this time, it's mainly because of the pinball tables. How well do they want to work with you? Do they want to work with you at all? And of course there are enemies on the pinball tables, so we've got to try and know where they are. There are enemies on the bottom of the pinball tables. So you got to decide, do you go down there or not? For the second one, I recommend you do. This one, I'm not really sure about this one. Well, I'm not now because I'm here. No, actually, that's the first one. That's the first time that's happened. Oh, that's what I wanted though. I wanted to end up in that. I wanted to end up in that thing. I wasn't expecting to do it like that though. Right, now I'm gonna try and get off the pinball table. Now I'm gonna try and get off the pinball table. Now I'm gonna try and get off the pinball table. Thank you. That means sometimes you can still win something when they do go in them by themselves. Ah! God. I hate when stuff like that happens. Just cheap hits like that. How did I do that? Again, you can only get one of these enemies here, so it's pointless. I never lose my teammates there though, so I'm guessing they can't fall down. For the most part, I recommend you just don't waste your time on the pinball tables though. Like, there's a lot... Oh, I thought I had at least a bit of level up for Rouge. That's not how I intended on doing that. Guys, wrong way. Thank you, Shadow. Shadow's got the right idea. And there's almost always enemies that are in... thank you, Rouge. There's almost always enemies blocking those things. The slot reels. So you're guaranteed an enemy there. Rouge, it was right there and you still couldn't grab it. Ah, run away! There was a power core somewhere. Malfunction and power cores really blend in these levels. Right, now we want to go to the bottom of the table. Whoa! We don't want a Rocket Excel there though. So let's just jump down. I was gonna say, normally Thundershoot just goes from enemy to enemy, but I guess it was too far away. That should help us out. I think the camera spun around there. I don't know what happened there. I think it's still the case here as well, but for some reason, when you get those little bits there, Shadow, there's little extra sections on the pinball tables, the rings end up being considerably darker, especially on PS2. I think it is. I think it occurs. I'm not sure if it still occurs here, but it definitely happens on PS2. And it's not just here. Whenever you come across like a couple of little standalone rings, they're often darker. It's a weird little finding. Did I use Thunder Shoot to kill enemies with shields? Yeah, that's a first. So we're almost at the end of the level and we've only got 68 enemies. And there's 3 more at the end and there's any we can get on this pinball table. Oh, sorry, 69 enemies. We've got the one on the other side of the wall. Ah, cool, I got all 3. Okay, I think I clicked through the top of that. So we finished the level on 76 enemies. And this is the good one. I don't remember much about the rail levels though. And obviously they still have all the issues of a rail level. But in terms of finding the enemies, I don't really remember. Yeah, they always still say their quotes again as well. Shadow. Shadow. I've lost Rouge on the opening table. This is twice now. What are these extra missions doing with these tables? You're not at risk at dying though. You might be if you turn around, I'm not sure. But when you're actually falling off the table, you're not at risk at dying. At the very least, at least it goes by faster now when you're leveled up. If you're leveled up. Right, can I level up Omega before we finish the stage? We'll just have to find out, won't we? That's like one of my favourite Rouge lines, I don't know why. We'll just have to find out, won't we? And it's still very convenient that Omega sensors are jammed for Metal Sonic, but it's just weird. Come on. Shadow, the ending is so close. All we gotta do is get off the table. We just got 2 more enemies. Shadow! Damn it, Shadow! Thank you. Right, get off the table. Thank you. And I still didn't level up Omega. Die. Come back down, Die. I know you're called a Die. Rouge! What was going on there? I couldn't do anything. At least the other one doesn't fall out of the sky. That'd be funny if he just landed right on top of us. Well, that was tense at the end. I mean, it's not like it would have sent me back that far. The checkpoint was just down there, but still. I don't know what was going on with Rouge there. And normally when she's the only one there, she walks on the floor. But it wasn't letting me do anything. I couldn't even use the Team Blast. But yeah, that's cheap enemy placement that I just don't like. Still better than this level. Oh boy. And now it is time for Bingo Highway, and once again, you better floor it at the end. I mean, there's still plenty of enemies on the last bingo table, it's just, it's the last bingo table. And we all know how much I hate that last bingo table. And these enemies are always the only ones that... actually, I think it's this one. Yeah, he's the only one that always has a health bar. All other enemies always go down immediately when you're on the pinball tables. I don't know why, but they do. Right, what we want to take advantage of now, unlike Team Sonic, is we actually want to use the searchlights to our advantage. This guy's annoying. Especially when that's in the way. I've never known them to turn off the electricity. It's like graphical glitch or what? Because I've never seen that. Right, go into the searchlight. Hope he spots you. Which is impressive because the searchlight is practically underneath his face. I mean, he might just about be able to see you, but... Oh, damn it. I needed him. I don't think I failed anyway. That was weird. It's like, I mean, maybe it's just in front of his face from the sea, or maybe the eyes are just cosmetic, I don't know. I mean, very often they seem to be able to see you when you're behind them. Right, these ones can be a real pace breaker, the armoured ones. And the spiked ones. And the spiked armoured ones. Shadow. Oh! And that was my light speed dash not working properly. Whoa! That was close. It's like I'm just before the checkpoint. Right, I'll get this checkpoint. I mean, this is a better area of the level. But I could easily have just come here anyway. Rather than risk the pinball table. Oh, Rouge! How did you end up back in here? I'm trying to do that. It is possible for that dice to actually get a bit too close, I think. No, I must be mistaken, surely, because it doesn't move. Guys, seriously? And it still gave it to Rouge. Right, now we can go on the bingo table. And I'm missing every single one. I got him. But other than that, I'm missing every single one. I really hate how far back they go. I mean, the ball can go back a long way in pinball, but it doesn't help when you're trying to maneuver your way downwards. Right, that's the one enemy we can't attack. He forever survives. What I want to know is, how do people get up here? Like, the city is clearly down far below. So, how do people get up here in the first place? I mean, you can ask that question just about anywhere. So, how do people drive in Speed Highway? I mean, we can still see how chaotic the drivers in the Sonic universe are just by looking at the driving levels in SA2. Right, they're worse drivers than me. They'll drive right into the back of you. So, I guess it's not a problem. But even then, that doesn't have loops and corkscrews. Unlike levels like Speed Highway and Radical Highway. I mean, we never see vehicles go there, but there's obviously something going on. Maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe they're not actually construction sites, they're destruction sites. Trying to get rid of all the loops because someone's like, you know, these things are really useless. Except for Sonic. I want to get the robots up here. I don't care about the one-up, I just want the robots. Thank you. Oh, I got everything. About 4 minutes in and we're only at enemies. Whatever number this takes us up to. But the counter always disappears on Team Blast for some reason. 43. It's like Omega always says affirmative, but sometimes he says it with like no, what I guess is his version of emotion. Enthusiasm, I should say, just like affirmative. I think it's the Egg Albatross fight, or one of the yeah, whatever fight it is, and he says it in a really weird way. I'll be like, affirmative. He says it in a rather bizarre way there. I am not holding anything. Right, now I am. You actually do have to come in contact with the body of the flapper to destroy it, though. I'm holding up! Thank you. Oh! It's a bit more than steep, it's flat out straight. See, that's why I always do that. Unfortunately, it wastes time. And this isn't even the worst table with that. Oh, Rouge. Well, thankfully a Mega should still be up there. Sadly, everything resets when you're on the pinball table, when you leave the table. I think all the signs you actually destroy disappear. Oh, for God's sake. I'm gonna have to restart this soon. And this is the better bingo table. The last one, what's going to happen on that? Come on, Shadow. Stop falling down there. Right, should be safe now. problem with these levels. There's so many bumpers in Team Dark. Wow, that was worth 3 bingos. I mean, the only positive about that is it does help with getting a perfect bingo. Yeah, they're not worth it. Just like at this point, I don't care about the perfect. I don't care about the perfect bingo. They pretty much make getting the A rank impossible. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, thankfully I don't think it's going to stay on very long. Did I open up the vault? Oh no, that was just a dice. This one has a shield, how come the other one didn't? Oh, signs. Wait, you're going to homing attack the signs? I didn't know that. I call them signs, they're more like cards. We're not in Casino Street yet. That's rude, we're only 30 and we're only a lot longer into this level than we need to be. And on the worst part of it. I think I've already failed though. Because I just sit way too long on that pinball table. And of course stuff like that likes to happen a lot. And you can click through the signs like that, kind of wish that happens a lot more often, except for areas like that where I'm glad it does. It does do that. I actually get to go that way without banging into anything. That's unusual. I'm gonna sneeze in the worst part of the level. Every LP I sneeze. I think Ratchet and Clank's the only one that's escaped that so far. I blame Bingo Highway. It's even responsible for the sneezes in the other LPs. Right, come on. Nope, Shadow, this way. Right, I recommend still trying to get onto the aerial bingo. Or I also recommend you try and avoid that happening. Oh no! Oh, got this a long way. Right, well, again, don't do anything. At the very least, it does allow you also get those. The 2 robots there, on the other hand, I think we're going to go between. Yeah. I'm technically hitting their wings. Can that do it? This level's taking way too long. This will probably be a... I wouldn't even be surprised if this ends up being a C rank. Like, I'm never certain with these levels. That's why I keep doing the commentary anyway, why I carry on. Because with this level, I can never be certain. Took the wrong pathway there. Ow. It's weird how your Team Blast rings. Sorry, it's weird how the rings you lose, you pick them up again, it still counts for your Team Blast. Seriously? Come on, guys. Yeah, nearly killed him too early then. Thank you guys for actually making the enemies appear this time. It could be a pain to destroy there. I think we saw that before. Right, let's use Team Blast here. That's not Shadow. Oh, we're gonna be 1 enemy short again. With the wrong kind of flappers. Right, let's come down here. Let's show me the B or C. D. What? Right, yeah, I took way too long on that other bingo table. And I still got the A rank. This is why I don't stop. See how generous this is? This one's really generous. They know it's Bingo Highway. Oh, you're so generous. I thought that was at least going to be a B. Like, I thought that was going to be a B at like the best. Possibly a C, but I guess not. Alright. Yeah, I mean, the timers are, for the most part, still quite generous. They just still take a while. And screw that. And screw that one. But next time, Rail Canyon and Bullet Station. And I will see you guys then.